So I contemplated whether to do this video or not, and I decided to make it to spread awareness. For those of you who don't know, I have had 32 animals in my care, and if you follow my story, you would have known that during the fires I decided to take my hamsters to a rescue, a non-profit, very small non-profit, to essentially save their lives just in case the fires would have hit my home. There was a couple of times that I had to evacuate, and of course, having so many animals, I thought that the best thing to do was to take them to this rescue so they were safe for 1 week, or at least however long I needed to. And by the way, I would like to state that I had been working with this person for a very long time. They helped me rescue a lot of my hamsters. They provided me with toys and food and stuff. So they've always been extremely helpful, and as far as I could tell, incredibly caring. 2 days ago, I went to pick up my hamsters, and sorry, I'm trying to do this without crying. And when I arrived, I could tell immediately there was something wrong. As soon as I got out of the car, I can't even speak. She told me that there's been an issue, that 3 of the hamsters have died. It took me so long to process what she just said, because if anybody knows anything, I absolutely adore these animals. And she basically said that she thinks that the water bottles knocked over and they weren't getting any water. Just for context, those are the containers. As you can see, I've doubled up on the bottles as well. Of course, immediately I knew what happened. She had completely neglected them. She had not fed them. She had not checked their waters. One of the waters actually was down to the end, which means that the hamster was trying to drink, and essentially it died of starvation. This is a very, I can't even. She essentially killed 3 of my hamsters, tortured them. One of them, who's running around right now, who you saw before, Pluto, he's actually right here on my feet. Come here, Bubby. Hey. Hi. As you can see, he's pretty disheveled right now. He's on 2 days recovery. He was on the verge of dying. This guy is in such bad shape. Look how skinny. This is, I don't know if you can see his spine. You can see he's caved in. He looks terrible. He's so much better now that he's actually had some food and water, but look at that. Hey, honey. He was extremely thin. He's very happy right now because he's full belly and he's been running around. I just got no fucking words. I took my hamsters to this place thinking that I was helping them, taking them to a safe place, to only end up being completely neglected, essentially animal abuse, at the hands of somebody who claims to be a rescuer. For an animal to die of dehydration and starvation means that they had not been at all checked for several days. I had left them there for about a week. And my theory is she never once looked at them. These animals are incredibly fragile. And if it is our responsibility to take care of them, and any rescue knows this, that the basic, the very, 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 very basic is food and water. I buried the 3 yesterday.
sorry, this is really hard because I really loved them, and one of them in particular was my favorite. He was a bit of a character. He loved running around. I buried them, and I will have to live with the guilt that I trusted somebody else. And all she kept saying was like, I'm really sorry, but how can you be sorry for abusing an animal? And on top of that, she has a lot of hamsters in her care, so it makes me really worried that if this is what you did to my hamsters, what are you doing to yours?
For now, I'm not going to expose who it is. I just think I still need to process what happened. I need to really take a moment. I still haven't even said anything to them because at that time when it happened, I was in so much shock that all I could think about was to get the hamsters away from her so that I could bring them home and take care of them. I'm usually a confrontational person if it comes down to it, but I was just in such utter shock. And I was driving there so happy and so excited to then have my heart completely crushed. And I am trying to rescue animals because I love them so much, and to realize that not only did they die, but they died a horrible, 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 painful death. It's just something that I'm really struggling right now to process. So, the moral of the story, I think, here is that at the end of the day, you just can't trust people with your pets. Just because you love them and just because you care for them, it doesn't mean somebody else will. Their version of love and care clearly isn't the same as yours. So I will learn from this. I will grow from this. I will do better. And I will never trust my animals with anybody else ever again. Definitely not another so-called rescue.